Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Here we go, the Tuesday KVJ After the Show podcast. Welcome, everybody. We got an experiment going to be coming up here. Does swearing reduce pain tolerance by 50%?
Ooh.
That basically is the claim that was made in a Netflix special with Nicolas Cage.
I think it helps, but 50% is a big, bold claim there.
We're about to get scientific.
Yeah.
It's about time we brought back the Science Alliance. You guys must have repeat that.
We're not in
You
it.
lost your science crew, I think.
Yeah, remember your Science Alliance doesn't work here anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how about we start a new one? Science Alliance? Fuck y'all.
Aww.
Well, my father-in-law was telling me, he sent me some photos. He was out at Mar-a-Lago yesterday. He does a lot of work over on Palm Beach, and he's like, boy, there's some big old army of moving trucks.
Were
in
you
here.
and your father-in-law having cocktails by the ocean? I thought I saw that in one of Caitlin's Insta stories.
Yeah.
His hair looks amazing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's letting it grow out, Bird, like you.
Who?
His father-in-law.
Oh, no, he does have beautiful hair.
Gorgeous hair.
Yeah,
He's always been a very good-looking gentleman.
Yes, he really is. He's a silver fox these days.
We're talking long?
Yeah.
It looked long in the picture, but the wind had caught it.
It's maybe it's getting to your length. It's
Really?
not too far. Yeah.
Mine will be a year at the end of February, or whenever Stars Ball was. I cut it right before last year's Star Wars. So
Yeah.
I'm coming up on a year.
Yeah.
So he's about to get good for him.
He's getting there. He's getting there. So yeah, he'd sent me that photo just to show me that, and it's going to get interesting if you're on Palm Beach. You have to deal with that. My mother-in-law, she is always telling me what's going on because she works over there at one of those clubs.
Fancy private members only club.
Yeah, and I don't think the people there are very thrilled with what is going on. Donald Trump looks like he's going to have a big fight with the people on the island because, one, they don't want him to be using Mar-a-Lago as a private residence, and all those moving trucks and all that stuff would lend you to believe that he's moving on in. An agreement he signed in the 90s when he made Mar-a-Lago a private club. That was part of the agreement, was that, okay, well, it's either a private club or it's a private residence. Can't be both. He said, we're going to make it a club. And now he's like, well, no, we're going to make it a club and a residence. I'm like, no. That's not what it's all about. And when my mother-in-law, comes back and she's like, what really upsets him is, I guess it really messes with the traffic flow. And I'm never driving over there.
They're shutting it down completely.
Yeah, the roadway around Mar-a-Lago is going to be closed down to traffic for several days. Starting tonight at 8 p.m., they're going to be shutting down that road. And then it'll also be restricted in the north and south directions on South Ocean Boulevard. And then Trump is going to be coming in tomorrow morning. They're going to have, I guess, a big honorary send-off for President Trump, 21 gun salutes and all those kind of things for the job that he's done for 4 years in office. And then he wants to get on Air Force One because when he does, as president, it's still designated as Air Force One. If he were to leave after noon when Biden has been inaugurated and taken the oath, then he's no longer, no matter what the plane looks like, he's no longer on Air Force One.
I heard he got to ride Spirit.
Yes.
Is that what happens as soon as you're out of office?
The chicken bus in the sky.
That's it.
No one should ever have to ride Spirit.
No, he doesn't want to have to ride that. So that's why I guess he's scatting out of town is he'll still be leaving D.C. as president and riding on Air Force One into Palm Beach International.
Well, that's the way to do it. I mean, of course you would go while you're still president, so you get all the fanciness of being the president.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things behind it. You know, they do point out that this is rare that a president doesn't come for the incoming president's inauguration. I think only the 4th time in history that it's happened.
Well, he's pissed.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit there.
Mm-hmm. But this will probably be maybe the last appearance, at least for a good long time, that you'll see of Air Force One at PBI if you got accustomed to seeing that thing parked out there.
Air Force One's cool and all, but I'm more of a fan of Hair Force One. Kevin's plane.
Yeah.
Kevin's car, his Air Force One.
I have a car. I got nothing.
That's true.
Oh, Kevin. You and your son share a car, and he took it back up to college.
Yeah.
Kevin ain't got no car.
I got nothing.
You got to ride home every day, which I will give you a ride anytime you want, by the way.
Thank you.
If you need it. But are you getting rides everywhere, or do you get a vehicle when you get back to the house after the show?
Well, if I need it, then my wife and I just have to coordinate.
You share a car.
Yeah, we're sharing a car. So if I need it for any kind of thing going on during the day, then she's got to get a ride, and then I go pick her up, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
If you need my Jeep, though, on a day where you can have it anytime you want.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you need to go do errands or something, I'll just get it the next day. I'll Uber back to work.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about it is, like, I'm trying to find an excuse for a car. I really don't got nowhere to go. Like, there's,
We don't have events right now.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. I'm like, I really would love to have the excuse to be like, no, I need the car for that. I'm like, I got nothing. Like, anything you pretty much need anymore, you get delivered if you really need something, and I've got really no appointments or anything like that. Nothing's going on.
We do live in a strange time where you don't need a car to survive and get shit. You know what I mean? To your place.
If you're Kevin, you can totally share a car with your wife right now.
Yeah, we're still
and
in that
save
era.
on that car payment.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, because she got laid off at the beginning of the pandemic. And so, she was unemployed for a good 3-4 months, something like that. So we're trying to make up that cash.
That hurts, man.
It does. I mean, I can only imagine. I know a lot of people have had it worse. I'm not trying to cry tears for everybody, but I get a glimpse of what other people are going through. We're fortunate that we're able to start recovering now. But
sure.
I know a lot of people. I get it, man. It's tough out there. So that's it. So I'm walking everywhere, bitches.
They say that's the best thing you can do for yourself, for your mind, for your body, is to walk more, move more, park your car and walk places.
My doctor said 30 minutes a day. Just walking 30 minutes a day can change people's lives tremendously, physically and mentally, to your point.
My grandmother is 97. Guess what? Homegirl never drove, never got her license. When her husband passed away, I was 5 years old. He was the one that would drive her anywhere. So from then on in her life, she walked everywhere. She's 97 and sharp as a tack.
There is something about it. Yeah, the Queen and I started doing those Saturday walks, and I even during the weekdays, so I just got to get out of the house. I just kind of take a little stroll. And
it's good for you.
Oh, it is good for you.
Me and Denny's walked to a garage sale on Sunday down the street from my place. It was so nice out, and what a cozy, just taking a walk. Really cleared my head. It was great.
It does, and we're blessed to be in a place where you can walk and it's not miserable. There's other places where I wouldn't even think about going outside to walk.
And right now is perfect walking weather.
The weather, I haven't seen it be this consistent and awesome in a very long time.
It's incredible.
Yeah. It's good. That's why I'm trying to get out as much as you can.
Well, I notice it because if I want to go to my fucking pool and I can't because it's so cold, you think I got a small dick now. Oh my God.
We actually weren't thinking about your dick, but thanks for bringing it up. You got to get a pool heater. When I had that dream that I was going to have a pool, which my HOA took a dump on, that was one of the things I was going to splurge on. It's not cheap.
I know it's not cheap. I don't know how much. I heard it's not cheap.
It's not, but it's so worth it because then you can enjoy your pool whenever, wherever. You don't want to have months where you can't get in it.
Well, it just sucks to do the whole, all right, for the first 6 minutes of the pool, it's going to be awful. And then I'll heat up. But the first 6 minutes is terrible when you jump into a cold pool.
Nah, get that heater, bruh.
All right, well.
Yeah, bruh.
Splurge.
Well, talking cold, we have got a scientific experiment to do here today. I saw this from the history of swear words that they have on Netflix with Nicolas Cage. They were talking about pain tolerance. And apparently, when you swear, it is coming from almost like a central nebulous in the brain, and different part than other parts of your brain. And it actually helps increase pain tolerance. In fact, they did an experiment with ice water, and they said if you are allowed to swear, you are able to keep your hand in a tub of ice water 50% longer.
Wow.
And they did the experiment with various comedians and the such on there, and it proved successful on the Netflix show. Now, they used different people, which to me was the flaw in their experiment. That's why I think you need to use the same person. They've got two hands, so Jaybird will have a right and a left hand. With one hand, he is allowed to swear. With the other hand, he will not be allowed to swear. And his job is to try to see if he can keep his hand in there as long as possible.
Okay, I think my toughest hand is my left hand. So
Is that the one you used to masturbate with?
Well, those are
It's taking a beating. I think
Calluses.
he's got a lot of miles on it.
It looks like he's been working on the train yard.
Oh, yeah. It's twice the size as the other one.
Oh, the muscles in it and all around it, like the wrist is all thick.
One hand looks like I've been doing just
Oh, we know. You don't even have to tell us. Just
so
hold
much
them both
labor.
up.
If you hold them
Yeah.
up, I'll tell you which one you jerk
Hold
off
them up.
with.
We can find the jacker.
All right, so go with the weak one first.
Whichever one you want to do. I don't care. You figure that out in your own mind.
Just don't spill that giant bucket of ice
It's gonna
water.
be disastrous.
Yeah, let's start with you not swearing. So you're not allowed to. And if you do swear, then you're going to have to start over again.
Roll your sleeve up, too, because you don't want to get all wet. There you go.
All right, so I'm not gonna swear right now.
You're not swearing. And I will set the clock here and then
Go
just...
as long as you can.
That's
Yeah.
why I was asking about the strongest hand for this one without swearing. Should I use my strong one?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, all right.
Don't put that much thought into it.
Okay.
Make it
Just-
a lot more doing.
I'm sorry, I
Put
just
a
want
fucking hand in there.
to win.
Don't give a shit.
You masturbating
my
bit
gosh.
killer. Put your
Yeah.
hand in the water.
Put a fucking hand in the bucket.
All right, he's in.
Okay.
Oh God,
No
Okay.
swearing.
No swearing. Mm-hmm. How does it feel?
terrible! It's painful.
Is it cold?
It's hot.
Is it?
Be careful not to drop that mic. That microphone's hanging on with a wing and a prayer. Oh my God, I could get electrocuted. God, it hurts so bad. I don't want to give up though.
Don't give up.
Give up.
Even if you're electrocuted, you're not allowed to swear.
Oh, man, that would have been bad.
Keep going. Okay.
Oh, and he's out. He's out.
Shit.
Oh, now he's cursing.
Now he's swearing. Yeah, you know, you're right on the average of what they were doing. I'll give you 30 seconds to make it even. It's 29.59
That is awful.
is what you're in
Yeah.
there for.
Really
Yeah,
awful.
it is amazing just how terrible it is.
Okay.
Okay, now you're able to do this. Suits, you're getting all this on video, I assume, right? Yeah, okay. All right, because we'll make this a video we can post up a little bit later. Okay, so on this round, use the opposite hand, and you're allowed to swear as much as you want. 30 seconds is the time, and they say that you'll be able to extend pain tolerance by 50%.
Okay.
Because you are allowed to curse.
Yes.
I mean,
and-
drop them all.
So I should probably wait to curse. Let it build up.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
whatever you need to do. But apparently what that does, it's triggering a part of your mind that is helping to reduce the pain that your mind is feeling. Because what this is sensors to your brain. So this is how it's all scientific. Okay, as soon as your hand goes in there, I'll start the clock. All right, hand went in. Clock starts.
Fuck this shit, man.
Yeah,
I
right?
thought you were going to wait to curse.
I
You
don't.
waited a whole 4 seconds. I mean, that's waiting, right?
Oh, it's fucking cold.
Curse.
Yeah.
Motherfucking titty sucking 2-ball bitch. Fuck this shit.
Oh, I like this. The creativity he's got here.
Oh, look at that
Yeah.
fucking hair on Ralston. Those
Yeah.
fucking sweet ass eyes.
What would you like to do to him?
Oh, I'd like
Yeah.
to fucking just get out of Hair Force One and fuck it up. Oh my gosh. Oh, tits. Oh, titty
You said you
titties.
could
Yeah.
curse, not
Yeah.
turn gay.
Oh, clit.
Apparently turning gay
Clit. Oh,
increases your pain tolerance. by
butthole,
another-
asshole,
Yeah.
titties.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Fuck it up.
You're getting it going.
There you go.
Shit face motherfucking
Yeah.
asshole fuck.
Keep going.
Suck it. Oh yeah, look at that beaver. Oh fuck yeah. Shit. Oh, shitty, cut.
Your sleeve fell in.
Fuck you.
You fell your hand in.
Oh, damn.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
How long, though?
59 seconds.
Okay, double
exactly
it.
double.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Exactly double.
That is...
It's terrible, right? You would not think, being going, come on, man. It's just ice. It is crazy how much that hurts. Immediately, it starts stinging like crazy, huh?
Doubled it, though.
Look at you.
That does help. It distracts you, Kevin.
And it's a release.
It is.
Yeah, if you do watch that, they explain the science behind it, but it has to do with the part of your brain. And that was the episode where they're talking about that guy that walked by. There was an explosion. A metal rod went up through like his eye, in his eye, up through his brain. And he survived, but it took out the part of his brain. He was a very nice, genial man. And after that, all he would do is swear nonstop because it took out the part of his brain that was the governor telling him to stop. And the center of your brain or wherever that is, where the swear words and profanity comes from, a different part of your brain. It was just nonstop. So he's walking around just saying all profanity all the time. People are like, that guy used to be the nicest guy. What an asshole now.
I love it.
Yeah. It's a crazy, interesting little experiment. And they say that is why it is effective. You notice maybe in labor or anything like that, that women are swearing a lot more.
Yes.
Like, where's this coming from? Where's this sweet wife that I had? And
she yells at you.
Yes, that's why a lot of times when we bang our toe or something like that, it's a swear word that comes out. And they said even kind of ranking them too. Like, for some reason, the F word is very therapeutic.
It is. Fuck yeah. It's
Yeah.
great.
There you
Damn, I
go.
should have listened to Witch.
Some people, too, it turns them gay.
Wow, it's
They look at their friend, they talk about how they want to fuck them.
I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I say
You said you wanted to climb on Air Force One and fuck him up.
I don't know what I was saying. Shit. I have no idea what I just said, by the way.
You need to go back and listen to it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I can go back.
You talked about doing Kevin 6 different ways.
We'll try to make that a video and put that up with bleeps and whatnot so that people can check that out.
People are saying that I turned down their phone because it was so loud.
Yeah. Like, what is going on here?
I'm trying to listen at work.
I think I could have gone longer. You fucked me up with the whole sleeve thing.
Well, I felt bad because your sleeve had fallen in, and that was the one thing I wanted you to keep from happening.
When you did that, I thought it was the microphone or so. I don't know what was going on, but it doesn't matter. I think we proved that the Science Alliance.
Science Alliance.
Come on.
I mean, if we don't say it, he's going to keep saying it.
No, it's true.
Just say it.
And if you say it,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying it, so you're both fucked.
Yeah. There's no way to get around it.
Kevin got fucked a lot on that bit.
Oh, my God. It's just listen to that going on. I'm like, wow.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to climb on Air Force One and fuck him up.
Wait,
You
what?
made Kevin blush.
It's crazy.
He hasn't been spoken to that dirty in years.
I know. It's kind of turning me on. I'm not going to lie. I'm half hard right now. It's just the way it goes. Yeah, there you go. Fun little interesting experiment you can try.
Yeah, do that at a party. That'd be fun to do with your friends.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, swear to not swear. It's the ice water swear test. You can check out the history of swear words. Thought this is rather interesting as I saw the story today that Tommy Hilfiger, he does a clothing line. You know more about brands than I do, Virginia.
Yes, he's very, very successful clothing line, but just mainstream across the board. Any store you go into, department store, TJ Maxx store, like from the top to the bottom, he's got some of his labels in everything, it seems like.
Yeah.
Fragrance, skincare, all that.
Definitely know the name. The guy's only 69.
Okay.
Oddly enough, it feels like Tommy Hilfiger's been around most of my life.
He's got that rich guy hair.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Yeah, he's also got a 55-year-old former model wife. And apparently they have just sold their $45 million mansion in Greenwich, Connecticut to permanently now move to Palm Beach.
I think they had a reality show on MTV back in the day. I think his daughters was involved. I used to watch it.
I think you're right.
Did
they did.
Okay. They are selling also their Miami home, and they're looking for the new place on Palm Beach after getting rid of their $35 million Palm Beach mansion in 2017.
Interesting.
So, wow, he has a $45 million Greenwich, Connecticut mansion. At the same time, he had a $35 million Palm Beach mansion. And he also has sold his Plaza Hotel penthouse for $33.25 million.
Wow.
I think at the same time, he had all three of those. Isn't that insane?
That's insane.
That you would, every place you stay, the cheapest place he had was a penthouse for $33 million. That's the cheapest residence he had.
Amazing.
And what a real shithole that place was.
Yeah. You think he'd be going, ugh, I gotta go to the penthouse? Like, it's just terrible.
I mean, it was only 33 mil.
It's my least favorite home. Yeah, so he is going to be a permanent fixture. And I saw this article, and it makes a lot of sense. The taxes and everything else, it was about how South Florida is killing New York City.
Oh, because it's cheaper here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a big mass exodus going on in New York City.
Yeah.
It's real.
Well, I think Florida's got two things right now. It's always had the taxes going for it, and that's a big thing. But I think during the pandemic, where people don't want to, one, be on top of each other, which is what you have in Manhattan, and then two, the way that states are handling it, I have seen there's a lot of people I see out that are not from here, and just in conversations I have, they're like, we can't go anywhere in our home state.
That's
like,
how my sister was.
Everything is shut down, and so they come here, especially now with the weather, and everybody's coming to Florida to be like, you can live life in Florida. Nowhere else you can live life.
I was trying, because my sister and all them are coming here for Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is shut down, basically, no parades. So they're going to come here. Room rates in Florida during season, which we're in right now, they're normally high. They're really high right now.
Both are coming?
One.
Which one?
Maggie.
Sister.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Maggie's going to be here that week of Mardi Gras.
Well, this article kind of broke down the finances of it. If you're Tommy Hilfiger, I'm sure that you are aware of these numbers. I don't get the rich game, but this is what it means. It says a whopping 80% of New York City's income tax revenue, according to one estimate, comes from the 17% of its residents who earn more than $100,000 per year. And they're saying the problem for New York City, when all the rich people leave, like what's happening when the Tommy Hilfigers or whatever, with this penthouse that he's selling, it's really starting to bankrupt the city because they get all this tax revenue from these rich bitches. And now that they're all moving to Florida, that's why you want the rich people to live in your area, because you make so much tax revenue from them. And then you're able to build bridges, roads, and all those kind of like little things from the money you make from them. But when they move away, now all of a sudden you're like going, the whole leak that we got in the Lincoln Tunnel, we can't fix it. Things like that are a problem.
It's crazy to think about.
They say if just 5% of those folks decided to move away, it would cost the city almost $1 billion in lost tax revenue.
I think they have.
They're getting to that number.
I mean, my friend told me he sees dozens of moving trucks every single day in his neighborhood. Dozens.
Yeah. And it's really started to take a toll. And Florida is the place that is going to start benefiting from these moves that are happening. They say in a place like Miami Beach, with the current property taxes, somebody who buys a $30 million home will pay $500,000 or more in annual property taxes. And then that's money that we make. So, hey, come on, Tommy. Bring that money.
Yeah.
So it's helping South Florida and killing New York City.
It's crazy to think about, man. It's going to change big cities, I think, for many, many years to come.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how quickly people start going back to the big cities and if they even do it all.
Still like to go to New York City one day when all this is all over with.
I agree. I'd love to take you. You know, I lived there. So did Kevin. We could all take you.
Believe me, I've fucking heard.
It's a place for pizza, my man.
I know. I want to get pizza right out of the oven, though. You know, I've had.
You can do that in Florida.
I mean, New York pizza right out of the oven. Maybe let it cool down for a couple minutes. Well, you know what I mean. I want it fresh.
I really want to burn the roof of my mouth in New York.
And I will. I do it all the time. I don't have food patience. I'll get something right out of the oven, and I'll even say, "Don't you eat that, Jason?" And then I'll fucking eat it and burn my mouth for 3 days. That's the power of food.
You tried that trick where you run the hot pizza under the cold water?
No, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I want to slap that person.
That was unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
I was just like, come on, man. That's so gross. A couple of emails that we got here. Lindsay said, from listening to the podcast from yesterday, Jaybird is looking for a different drink, but just wanted to let him know that you have to try Johnny Walker Black. I was always a wine drinker, and my husband has converted me to a whiskey drinker. Trust me when I say once you do Johnny Walker Black, you will never go back. Put in a couple ice cubes, let it sit for a few minutes, and give it a swirl and enjoy. You're welcome. I listen to you guys every day on my drive home from work. Thanks for the constant laughs.
I wrote it down.
Johnny Walker Black.
Have you set up a little bar area in your new place?
Oh, that'd be swanky.
I haven't really done that. No, I'm just trying to get through my boxes and stuff. And just,
Well, when you're ready, I'd like to be consulted on the project.
there's a little built-in little bar area.
I know. I
already
saw
there.
a picture of it. I want to help you fill it with the proper alcohol.
I actually want you to help me with some other things.
I'll help you with all of it.
I know.
Well, no.
I'm not going to touch your dick like
That's the way
Kevin.
you said it. I was like,
Did I say it
I actually
creepily?
want to have you help me with a few other things.
Are you gay or straight? Can you please decide?
Picking back and forth.
I mean, literally.
He's clearly horny, that we know. We just don't know which gender he's looking to bang first.
I just need some help.
I want to come over there. I thought I was coming over on Saturday, and you canceled on me. So
This bullshit again.
I was all excited. I told the children I'm going to Jaybirds. Y'all got to keep yourselves busy,
Yeah, well, okay.
and you canceled
All right.
hours before. No big deal.
Okay.
I'm not
That's not that true. I counted the night before.
Yeah, but hours.
Whatever, you drunk witch.
And Jen said you were talking about what you would like to pardon or get a pardon from if Trump's going to be writing him today. If you had to say, hey, can you pardon me something I did on the KVJ show? And Jen had said, Kevin, your pardon is you said that you would take back the move to Miami, or at least to that radio station, that the move was terrible. Now it's pardon worthy. The move allowed you to reach a new audience and expand KVJ Nation. We stood behind you when you were kicked out, and we followed you back to West Palm Beach. We're as loyal as any other nationer. Don't imply we're a mistake, too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's what I did, I guess. Love you all, but Miami wasn't the worst thing ever. Okay.
That's true. We all did learn a lot. I mean, think about it. When you go through something so crazy like that and you get tricked by corporate people and slippery agents, and you'd learn a lot.
There's at least 3 moments in Miami, in my opinion, you could put, if they were crafted the right way, you could put them in a movie and it would be amazing.
It would be, yeah.
I mean, some of the things that it had, especially with some of the council meetings we would have about our show and what to do and what we're not good at and what we're really not good at, they would make some really good scenes in a movie.
It was kind of like The Office-esque.
Yeah, Office-esque,
Yeah.
but even fucking, in my opinion, crazier.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was one story, too many details. You'd have to watch it. You know the one I'm talking about, though.
Oh, yeah.
With the music.
On the computer.
On the computer, yes.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yes, that's a movie moment.
We had some
That guy's a
fascinating...
douche.
We had some fascinating characters that were down there.
Yes.
They're right, and it's you really would need to know the people,
Right.
But if you had them on a sitcom or in a movie, they would be amazing characters in a scripted show. And if you were watching that, even a reality show, I guess, you'd be like, oh, wow.
There's 3 people in Miami that I can't believe are even real.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you're talking about with the computer.
Doesn't even seem real to me.
That guy is definitely a movie character based on a failed rock and roll wannabe.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And you're like, is this guy serious? He's serious.
Well, he looked exactly like Sammy Hagar from late 80s Van Halen.
So the nickname was Hairgar.
Yeah.
We called him Hairgar. And he was so serious about the advice he was giving. And I was like, really? Is this guy real?
I just look back and they're just characters, man.
There were. Yeah. And then the other guy who was our direct supervisor was this real tweaky dude that had kind of been in and out of different radio stations in Miami. And he was in, I think he was really trying to prove himself.
Yes.
With a new station and a new show. And so he was very just kind of tweaky. And
Because they were in his head.
he had interesting living situations, and there was just a lot of depth
Yes.
to this guy. Somebody that worked at the station lived with him, and you didn't know what was going on there, but there was just, stories and interest in this character.
overly positive, and all of a sudden something would set him off, and then a different kind of person.
Very polar opposites.
And you could tell this guy was like super private. And you could tell like he wanted to like keep some things guarded. And you remember they threw him a surprise birthday party in his own house, and they invited all these people from work to come into this guy's house.
Yes.
People that had never been to his home.
Right.
Were in his house when he came home and jumped out and they yelled surprise.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm so glad I didn't go to that party.
I was there.
You were there. I didn't go.
I don't think either one of you went.
No,
I think I
didn't
was
go.
the only one that went.
Yeah.
I knew it was a bad idea.
And he didn't love it, right?
He did not love it.
I think he had to act like he loved it,
But he did not love
it. You can't go. What the fuck, guys? Surprise party, really?
In my house?
He had to act like he liked it.
And so we had an issue that was going on with just
Everything.
Everything.
They
With us.
didn't like how we were doing the show, where we were taking the show, and I'm like going, well, we're doing the show that you guys hired, that you
We've
listened
always
to.
done.
Yeah, but keep in mind the manager that liked the show left 3 days after he hired us.
I always wondered that because people always ask me that. They go, well, if they didn't like your show, why did they hire you? Did none of the higher up bosses ever listen to our show?
No, the higher up boss did. He loved the show.
He loved it, and he quit.
He neglected to tell us he was moving to Los Angeles
For
3
another
days after
great
hiring us.
job.
He's the only one, though, out of the bosses that
he was the
listened to our
decision maker.
Got ya.
He
Yeah.
was the big cheese in charge, and he would have got everybody on board with whatever his idea was.
Because the other people acted like they never had heard of us or just listened to it. I got that feeling. The ones that were coaching us, I don't think they ever heard our show.
No, because, in Miami, that's the one thing you find out. Nobody pays attention to Palm Beach. It's like a different state. It might as well be North Dakota, because when you're in Miami, nobody focuses or knew anything about Palm Beach. They'd be like, so what's it like there? I'm like, pretty much exactly like here, less traffic.
KVJ Nationers kept on calling and harassing because the show had changed so much. I mean, you could tell within a week or two of us being in Miami, it was such a different show. And when we first got to Miami, one of the bosses would say, well, these guys are passionate. I understand. You guys want to,
But you're not doing a show for them, yeah.
And then like 8 days later, you guys got to really leave Palm Beach in the dust. You guys can't think about them anymore. They're not part of your show.
That was because I mentioned Sunfest. He's like, nobody here knows what Sunfest is or cares.
They basically said, don't give a fuck about Palm Beach in so many words.
Yeah, we had a problem with all that. So we had a problem with all this stuff. But the one scene that thinking about, something had gone down, and it was around Halloween, and the real tweaky guy that we're talking about with the questionable living situation, he was dressed as Dracula, but for some reason he must have gotten the kid cape because it only came halfway down his back. And I remember he's dressed as Dracula, and he's sitting in my office, and there was a big window that was there, and Jaybird and Denny's kept walking by looking in as he's emotionally using his hands and just trying to tell me how bad things are with corporate and how they don't like what we're doing. And here he is in this sawed-off
I look
cape, and I'm just, and he's still got his teeth in, the Dracula teeth. And I'm like, this is a sitcom moment. This is so ridiculous.
I looked at Denny's and I go, Kevin's getting a fucking air check from Dracula right now.
Yes.
Dracula is reading you up and down and telling you everything you're doing wrong.
This vampire is trying to tell Kevin how badly our shows suck. This can't be real.
And it was the most off critique I'd ever heard about a radio show ever.
That's when I knew we were in trouble.
What he was saying was completely wrong on top of it. I'm like, this is like a weird dream.
And you're right. I was looking through the window. I couldn't hear anything. I could see Kevin's face. Kevin was facing the window, and I just see Dracula just moving his hands.
And I just see
we
him
gotta do this.
keep walking by.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's getting a legit fucking earful.
From Dracula. Dracula is scolding you about your job performance.
Well, I go in after, so Kevin, what was that about? I was like, not good.
Yeah. What do you think you want to sit in here for?
He hates everything.
You guys missed a lot of really terrible meetings.
I know the one meeting we missed where they basically said we're all dog shit.
They played the show. They played clips of the show, and they said, yeah, we surveyed Miami listeners here, and they said, yeah, that's a D or an F. They're like, that's terrible, not entertaining, horrible.
Meanwhile, I guarantee you they interviewed the people that lived in Miami that worked in the building for the boss. Hey, tell me what you think of that KVJ show.
Well, you can rig those things. We know how that works.
Yeah.
Big
You
time.
can have a sample audience say anything you want them to by how you give them the questions
Look,
in the survey.
I'll take a loss anytime a loss is deserved, but you're right. When it comes to that kind of shit,
Yeah.
it can be very much skewed to whatever you want it to be.
So there was a lot of pain, but you're right. So is life, that through pain comes growth and new opportunities and experiences. So you're right. I can't wipe that off.
Don't wipe it. Just don't.
And funny stories did come out of my. There a lot of crazy, just ridiculous story. A lot of times, desperation brings out funny stories.
Yes.
I think it was just, for me, one of the funniest things is like when we first got there, we could do no wrong. I mean, I probably could have pooped in the middle of the hall and they'd have been like, oh, that's so funny. She's so funny. But about a month into it, they hated us. So it went from we were the princess, the belle of the ball, to these guys are going to ruin our whole entire station.
The first day I was there was this big thing. Jaybird, come here. Look at this. Is your refrigerator all Mountain Dew?
We'll stock it every week.
And it was stocked every week. And about a month before we got fired, that fucker was empty, and I knew
Bear.
this ain't a good sign. Man, it was tumbleweeds along with my career.
They stopped stocking your fridge.
That's shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Remember that first dinner? We had those trays of seafood towers.
Oh, yeah.
They brought seafood towers to the
Yeah.
table. These are like 4-tier towers filled with seafood.
Wined and dined.
Wined
Wined and
and dined. I was like, this is awesome.
By the end, we couldn't get free Sonic.
You're right. I kept on going. I got so fat towards the end of Miami.
Yeah.
You were whining and dining yourself.
I'd immediately walk right over to that sub place that was across the street and order 3 subs and just have a sub party.
I didn't like that place.
I liked it.
I didn't like any of the restaurants we went to around that station because it's just we would just sit there and be sad while we ate. I'll never be able to go back into that diner, that Dave and Buster's. Although I'm sure that thing's closed.
I'm not like that now
it's still
because
open.
everything's good now.
I can't go back in there. The memories.
Well, Virginia got real depressing by trying to end the podcast, right?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Or gets even more sad.
I think I ended it yesterday, and then you ended it.
All right, y'all. Thank you for the emails. Got anything you want to add to it? Mail at kvjshow.com. And don't forget to check out. We got other content and stuff on the YouTube channel. In fact, Jaybird just released his tribute video for his dog Chewy.
Aww.
So if you love dogs and you love the stories of Chewy, go and check that out. Make sure you like it and share it. Thank you all so much and have a great day. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.